Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Super Mario Sunshine, where it's another one of these episodes where I'm going through and doing stuff in post-commentary. So here, you can probably tell from the title, our goal for this episode is to gather all the blue coins. And this took me a long time. What you're about to see is a condensed version of nearly 3 hours worth of footage. So, obviously it was a lot for me to just kind of like sit down and talk through each one, so I didn't really do that. So each world I've kind of sped up into a bit of a montage of everything of all the kind of blue coins that's still remaining in that world, and basically I'm just going to talk over it. When there are any particularly like unusual blue coins, I will go through specifically I'll say, oh yeah, by the way, watch yourself here because this one's a bit weird and stuff like that, but generally I'm going to be kind of giving a bit of overall opinions on blue coins as a whole and that kind of thing, because I certainly do have opinions on them, but obviously we're going to go through in kind of level order as well, so let's get started by heading into Bianco Hills. So, we're starting off in Bianco Hills, and generally kind of how this is going to go is I'm just going to basically let the footage roll and talk about the stuff kind of in general rather than specifically what's going on, because most of this stuff should be kind of clear. Like, obviously here I'm doing the one where it kind of like bounces over to another one. I didn't mention, but yeah, we're in the final level of Bianco Hills, Red Coins of the Lake, where we should be able to get all of the ones we're kind of going for at the moment. A lot of these you can see are kind of quite straightforward, like spinning the propeller and stuff like that, some of them being underwater. So this is actually my second attempt commentating this. The first time I was kind of like actually trying to explain what was going on, so I'm like, here I'm doing this, here I'm doing this, here I'm washing off this Pianta, getting a blue coin from him, here I'm washing off this Pianta, well, this one isn't a Pianta, this is a stupid Pokey on the top of the windmill that gave me a load of trouble. Pokies, really difficult to fight, I keep trying to ground pound on them, you don't have to do that, apparently you can just jump on them. But anyway, this gives me a nice bit of chance of time, that didn't make any sense, to kind of reflect on some stuff. So each level I'm kind of going to talk about my kind of opinions on that level. So, Bianco Hills. It's not my favourite, to be honest. Like, the music's nice and it's kind of fun thing like that, but it's always soured for me by the second boss battle with P.T. Piranha, the one where he's flying around. That's really irritating. And, like, it's a good opening level, I'll kind of give you that, but in terms of actual design of it, just something about it that just doesn't kind of grab me. Oh, this one's a right bitch to get, by the way. You kind of got to go over here to where P.T. Piranha was asleep, spray the ground and it pops out and kind of get back. Oh, well, that didn't show me getting back, but basically, you can, I think, do that with the hover nozzle, but for some reason I didn't think of doing that and did it with the rocket nozzle, and it was extremely kind of terrifying. But yeah, like, so it works as a good kind of tutorial-y introduction world for me, but like, there's something about me where, like, I'll often, if I'm playing through myself, I'll just get Bianco Hills done early in the game and then kind of not really come back to it, just because it's, I don't know, it's something I've tried to kind of see if I could define over the course of the LP, but I can't. There's just something about it doesn't really grab me. Anyway, we're pretty much done here. I believe that's the last one, so let's head over to Rico Harbor. So here in Rico Harbor, we're starting off in Episode 1, Goopa Blooper Breaks Out, where we've missed a lot of obvious ones, these ones that are just M tags, kind of, usually they're under Goop and things like that, and that's clearly how we've missed him. But, yeah, every blue coin I'm looking for can't actually be found in just this one kind of first level, so we'll actually be coming back to it a bit later. But this is one of my issues with the blue coins. There's no real way of knowing which episode you can do certain ones in. So like, Serena Beach is the one that really fucks me off with that, but basically just like, even things like these M tags are only in some episodes and not other ones, and it's really kind of odd, and unless like, obviously I've gone through and done research and stuff like that, so I kind of know which episode you can get which ones in, but if you haven't, oh dude. So what I'm doing here, you should really wait until Yoshi's Fruit Adventure to do this. With a good combination of spin, jumping, and hovering, you can get out over here without on any level, but really, wait for Yoshi's Fruit Adventure, and indeed, that's what we're going into now, because we need Yoshi for the kind of final few ones, or we need these things to be alive. And this is kind of what I'm saying, of these things, if you kill them, you get a blue coin, but only in Episode 8, Yoshi's Fruit Adventure. Otherwise, who knows? And just like, trying to work that out for yourself is really infuriating. The reason I got the turbo nozzle is because you pretty much need it to make that distance in time to kind of get those kind of two linked pair ones. I think these ones are quite interesting, the one where you spray one and it pops out the other one, but this one you need to basically turbo nozzle both ways or you just won't quite make it in time. But yeah, like, it can be annoying if you don't know the game that well to work out, am I missing a blue coin that's obvious, or is it just not in this episode? And it kind of relies on you then scouring every single episode. Final one in here, just for killing this blooper in the Cage Shine Sprite bit, but you can just come up from underneath using the rocket nozzle, and the rocket nozzle there on top of the tower. That's Rico Harbor sorted out. Let's head over to Gelato Beach. So, Gelato Beach is another one of these ones where we're having to do it over kind of multiple episodes. So this one we can do, basically these ones where I'm gathering from spraying these things across the beach, you can do on any episode, but for the one I'm about to do, it needs to be, I think it's episode 1, 2, 4, or 6. Because basically you need an episode where the beach is mostly populated by blue cataquacks, because then you'll find a red one, who you can jump on and he gives you a blue coin. Confusing, don't know why it's like that, and this is like what I was saying in Rico Harbor, of sometimes you just don't know which ones are going to be which. Like, there are some obvious ones where, like, if you need Yoshi, then you can only do it in a certain episode where there is Yoshi and stuff like that, but equally kind of confusing as the blue coin— oh, threading the needle there. Equally confusing as, like, the blue coin thing is also what levels nozzles spawn in or don't. Oh my god, this one. So this one thinks it's a fish and kind of moves around with a fish skull. It has an unfortunate tendency, as you can see there, to phase through the ground when it's kind of trying to swim away from you. Eventually it'll come back up again, but basically it can swim faster than you. So as you can see, it's a real bastard to get. It can also swim outside the invisible boundaries at the edge of the level. So incredibly infuriating. Fortunately I got it and it took me right next to the other one I was looking for anyway, so 2 in rapid succession there. There's quite a few of those ones, as you can see, just out in the middle of nowhere. This one you have to, yeah, this is like swimming under the beach cabana, and there are a load of coins and then a blue coin here, and of course I get all of the yellow coins before actually finding the blue coin, because I'm an idiot. Oh, this one was fun. Like, you'll have seen this from a distance, this kind of high wire system, and just that's the only time you ever really have to explore it. You can get these for the 100 coin mission, but that's a bit of an ask to do. That one as well you can get from exploring the high wires, but it's easy to just go up there with the rocket nozzle. Basically, Yoshi, the only episode you can get Yoshi on is Red Coins of the Coral Reef, which is why I've come to that one here. So there's that bit behind the kind of gunge and bees and the standard kind of like things that you need Yoshi for. Fun fact as well, if you spray the cataquacks with Yoshi, you can full on kill them. They kind of turn into a platform and then disappear. It's the only way of killing cataquacks. Speaking of killing cataquacks, there's this one here in a tree, this one blue one asleep that you need to jump on. I think he's there in most episodes, but not all. Put any bit of fruit in the kind of watermelon blender and you'll get one out. And then the final few ones in the Sandbird. Actually, I make that voice, but these ones actually weren't that bad, because once you've got it, of course, you can just save and kind of get out from there. So we were missing 3 in there, I think, or was it 2? Oh no, we were just missing 2, and then I celebrated, apparently, by jumping off the tower, and somehow landing on that cloud, so that's awesome. Anyway, let's head over to Pinner Park. So in Pinner Park, we just need to finish off this one outside, which is a butterfly. You can do that in any episode where Yoshi spawns. And then the rest of the ones we're looking for are in the park, so all the other ones outside are those ones in crates that the Bullet Bills got for us a few episodes ago. Most of these ones, I think we are in episode 6 here, the Secret of the Yoshi Go-Round secret. Why did I say secret twice? And most of these are pretty straightforward. Some of them just require slightly annoying timing or jumps and stuff like that, but also upcoming in this section is one of the most impressive things I think I've done in this game. I was thinking about this, like, I didn't feel like I'd got much better at this game over the course of the LP. Then I kind of was doing some ridiculous jumps and stuff on this like that, and I just kind of then realised I have actually notably got better at this game. So that's pretty kind of cool. Like, I destroyed that bluebird there completely and then got by an Electro Koopa. But yeah, these are all kind of in the same episode because there aren't many episode-specific ones in this. It just has to, obviously you just have to make sure it's an episode where you can physically get into the park. Because of course you can't on episodes 2 and 4, because they take place entirely on the beach. But this one as well, the Yoshi Go-Round secret, is one where I know you're guaranteed Yoshi in the park, because obviously for some of these you do need Yoshi, because they're like butterflies or bees or something like this. Here we go, watch this. Run, jump, grab coin, run, hover, the kind of surf along the back of the kind of pirate ship, and then on to there and up and over, 2 in 1 maneuver. I was gonna originally attempt to get those 2 separately, but I managed to do it as one fluid thing, which is awesome. Anyway, on to Serena Beach. So, starting off, this first blue coin can only be found in King Boo down below, not in any of the other ones where you come to this casino, so that's kind of worth noticing. All these ones we're doing at the moment are only in levels 7 and 8, Shadow Mario checks in, and red coins in the hotel lobby. Well, no, red coins in the hotel, I think it's just called, confused that with the hotel lobby secret. Some of these are really infuriating to get. This one requires you to then quickly jump downstairs and get it, and the kind of inverse of this fucked me over for ages. What you need to do is spray that. You can't run around in time. You then need to wall jump up this central totem pole, and that's the only way you can make it there in time. If you try and run around, it will just despawn by the time you get here. There's a fair few ones around the attic. There's these kind of boos, and then other than that, this one's going to be a really difficult one to kind of keep track of, because I didn't really know what I was doing here. I pretty much knew they were all in the level I need, so I'm in red coins at the hotel here. I knew they were all in here somewhere, but other than that, I was just generally exploring around. I didn't have exactly like a set route, and I really hate navigating around. It's the mysterious Hotel Delfino route of jumping through walls and random bits like that. But like there are some rooms, like this one, and this one down below it, that you never get to kind of naturally. And then this one fucked me over outside for ages, because you can only get that one in the final level on the outside of the hotel. Anyway, that one is at least short, if slightly offensive, but let's head over to Noki Bay, which is both long and offensive. So, on to Noki Bay and its blue coins. Here we are in episode... Good question. I think it's episode 6. Yeah, the Shell's Secret. And as you can see, most of the coins are found in this weird bit. That's basically, this is over near where we got the kind of like bluebird shine, kind of in the cliffs around there. And this one's just a bit of a nightmare to follow. It was a nightmare for me to do, because I'm just kind of randomly jumping and hovering around. And basically, there is no advice. Well, there is one massive piece of advice I can give that I didn't follow. Basically, just explore around here, and eventually you'll kind of get all the blue coins you need, because there's about 10 or so over here in total. There is one way you're supposed to get all of these, which I only discovered after I'd already got all of them this way from like randomly hovering around, but that's me being an idiot. But I always found kind of like, I've mentioned a lot like in the Shadow Mario level about the issues I have with the kind of verticality of Noki Bay. Yes, it is cool level design, but also it's kind of infuriating to actually navigate around. But yeah, I learned that way. This, if you spray that point, it kind of opens up. You're supposed to come to it from around where I am now, spray that, and it opens up this entire wall jump bit that contains along the side of it tunnels to access all the places we just went to by the hover nozzle. Because I'm an idiot, apparently, and I only learned that afterwards. But hey, I then also didn't want to re-record it because this took me like 20 minutes. Now next, we've not actually seen it in this level before, but if you come up here, and this is only in episode 6, and maybe episode 8, is right at the top, and the kind of far right of the level here, is the rocket nozzle. And there's 2 coins with it up here. There's this one kind of directly above us. Get that one first, because upon getting this one here, then you will be unceremoniously kicked off the mountain, so it's annoying if you do that one first and then have to get back up there. These next 2 you need the rocket nozzle for as well, and they're quite pernickety. Basically, this one, well, once I can get up there we go. This one on the left, you just have to jump and use the rocket nozzle, but this one on the right, you have to spin jump and use the rocket nozzle at the very height of your jump. Quite an annoying one to do. Then we got one of these in the level, but there's another one here, not there, on this kind of tricky ruins maze that you can just grab quickly. You can do it with the hover nozzle, but rocket nozzle makes it a bit easier. These ones are really weird. Basically, you need to like walk along these little kind of like shimmy along these things. When you see these little bits, stop and rest. If you do this kind of shimmying for too long, Mario will just get tired and fall off. So there's one behind each pulley, there's kind of that one there, and this one's actually got to continuing along this way. Again, there's this kind of alcove partway along. You can spray those ones and there's never anything in them. But on one of these, yeah, you need to come off and rest, otherwise Mario just will run out of effort by the time he gets to the end of it. But then you can just, I tried to rocket jump, but you can't. You just need to wall jump up there and grab that blue coin. Then similarly at the second pulley site, there's another kind of one of these shimmying bits. They remind me of the Forsaken Fortress from Wind Waker a bit. They've got that feel. But yeah, you need to spray stuff at the end because they've got that kind of hidden bit, but there's nothing to actually tell you to spray there. Finally, hover under here, and it will grab a blue coin, and the hover nozzle. The only place you can get the hover nozzle in the whole of Noki Bay. Hover nozzle, not too useful here, but it's useful, not necessary completely, but useful for this one particular set of blue coins, because it gives you a very fast way of turboing across the bay. I think you can get it if you just repeatedly jump and hover, but it's much easier with the turbo nozzle. And then going back and kind of getting the other one gets us the final blue coin in Noki Bay. So now we've only got a few more to finish off in Pianta Village. So these first few coins in Pianta Village can be obtained on any night level. I've just chosen Secret of the Village Underside because that also, I know, has a Yoshi in it. If we come out to here, we get not only some nice views, but also kind of, because we're at the peak of the island, blue coin there. Then there's one kind of under this bridge here, not that bridge, that bridge. We've generally got a lot of these because we cleaned up a lot in Piantas in Need, because that gives you like 8 free ones there, but this is another really annoying one of the ones for knowing which level certain coins can be got in, because certain ones are really kind of, it seems kind of arbitrarily, it's decided whether they are kind of day or night level coin things. Like some are obvious, like ones where you have to spray the moon, can only be done in night episodes, but there's one right at the top here as well. You can see where Il Piantissimo was. And then another one here. I think this one with spraying the tree you can do in kind of... Some of these, you don't have to do all of them at night. Oh, this is an odd one of... There's this massive swarm of butterflies up here by the fruit tree. Like, you don't have to do all of these at night. I think there's only certain specific ones, but I really can't actually remember this. What I'm talking about, I can't keep track of easily which ones are which. This, I think, doesn't necessarily have to be a night level, but it just has to be a Yoshi level, and I think you only get Yoshi on Secret of the Village Underside. I'm not entirely sure, but hey... Next, we kind of go on to red coins of the Fluff Festival, because we can spray that kind of sign, get one out there, and then there's a bluebird up on the kind of main tree. That was very quick there, but that's what I was doing. Finally, the Goopy Inferno. I mentioned this when we did this, there's a few you get for getting Flood. There is one in a massive M sigil there that we missed. Then there's one, the final one for putting out this kind of Pianta here. And with that done, that's basically us finished. We've got a few quickly to clean up in Delfino Plaza, so kind of let's... Oh, look at me and my crazy hydro pump. Let's go back and sort those out. So finally we have literally like 3 or 4 to get here. These ones, first ones I can see how I missed them, where basically you have to, it's an M sigil, but they're both behind crates. So there's that one up there by the annoying Pachinko game. Apparently it's Pachinko and I've been saying Panchinko the whole time because I'm an idiot. But there's both of those there. Then there is one from a bluebird up here, which I absolutely annihilate with the hydro pump technique, and then he fucks off anyway. I do enjoy doing that hydro pump thing, but it absolutely destroys your kind of water. And I like doing it when I'm doing post-commentary, because if I'm actually talking at the time, then all you hear is click, 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 because the shoulder buttons are loud on the GameCube. But then, yeah, the final one is this guy who's been running around on fire for the last 17 episodes, and I've not addressed that issue at all. And that's us actually done. We're actually technically missing one in Delfino Plaza, but that's a bit of a special one, which I'll talk about in the next episodes. So yeah, this will be the last of the weird post-commentary episodes. I mean, it's been functional. It's been better than me going through and doing all these, actually trying to do live commentary, but it's also not very me, so... I hope you enjoyed them, and if you didn't, I hope you at least found them useful, but these are kind of definitely not part of the main series in kind of my mind. These are more just for completion's sake. But anyway, next episode, we will be going on and doing some final stuff, and then the final boss. So, hope to see you then. I've been the Doctor with the Infamous Gentleman, and this has been Super Mario Sunshine. Thank you very much, and good day.